Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and today I'm with a special guest, an OG of the YouTube, Nitrofreak. What is up, my man? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Just got back from AC, buddy. I was there for about 5 days. I'm a little bit tired. It spent me a lot, but I'm here. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's get back to the sports.
Let's get back to it. And so before we get into, one of the reasons I wanted you on, and one of the things about you is that when it comes to certain things with the Eagles, me and you don't always agree. Mm-hmm. We don't always agree, yet we respect each other. We're friends outside of YouTube. And I always think that's important to hear every side of a situation. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to get you on today. So before we get into the things that we're going to disagree about, I want to talk about some free agency news, some of the things going on. First thing, Brandon Graham just signed a contract extension. He gets one more year. It's $20 million for 2 years. They're going to push cap space, I guess down the road. What do you think about bringing him back for one more year?
It's more of a pride deal, in my opinion. I mean, he's getting a little bit older, but I think he was one of our best players last year. So I don't see the bad in it for him to sign an extension. I just feel like, you have to keep the right parts to this team, not necessarily give people all these pride contracts, these pride extensions, but he was a necessity because he was good last year. He was beneficial to the team. I'm okay with that. I really am. But like I said before to pre-show, there are some players that you're going to have to cut. And I feel like we could be gutting this team come the draft. I could totally see that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Filioso, what's up? Logan88, what's up? Skills Bleed Green, what's up? If you guys saw a little blip there, I had to change the router to my better router. So that's what just happened. Also, with Graham being signed, it looks like the Eagles are going to have some money. They're not going to have a lot of money, but they're going to have some money. So they're saying now that the Eagles are interested. I'm going to give you two names. Jacoby Brissett and John Johnson, the safety of the Rams. What are your thoughts on both of those guys?
Okay, John Johnson, I wouldn't mind because he had 105 tackles last year. He had one interception on the Rams. I think those are pretty decent numbers. The interceptions, safeties don't get as many interceptions as cornerbacks, but Darius Slay also only had one interception. So how you look at it, like turnover-wise, I mean, it's apples to oranges for some people. To me, I don't really care as long as you tackle the players. I really don't care if you're a good tackler. I'm taking you over people that catch the ball. Well, obviously, get the interception from the quarterback. But yeah, I think it would be a decent pickup. I don't think it's one of your best pickups, but I wouldn't mind that. When speaking about Jacoby Brissett, to me, I was looking at his stats before the show because watching him play on TV as a starter for the Colts and the Patriots at one point, because Tom Brady was obviously out and injured and suspended for 4 games, I'm not really impressed by him. But if you put him here as a backup, it's going to be interesting to me because, in my honest opinion, you're probably going to disagree with me on this. I think Jalen Hurts stinks. So if you put Jacoby Brissett behind Jalen Hurts, I feel like in the heat of training camp, that'll be a competition. And it's an unnecessary competition because they're both not very good, in my opinion. So it'll be weird. But, I wouldn't mind it, I guess. I feel like there's better names out there. But if you really want to go into full tank mode, I wouldn't mind it with Jacoby Brissett.
See, this is why I wanted to have you on, because I knew that we would disagree on things. Right. And, I've had a lot of guests on and I love them all, but we all agree to see a lot of eye to eye. I think it's important to get all sides of the debate. The Jalen Hurts stinks thing, we're going to get into it in a minute. John Johnson. I'm sorry. John Johnson to me would be our big signing. I don't think we could do much more after that, but I would love to have him. 25 years old. Guy's got a lot of range. He plays all over. He's played slot corner. He's played safety, strong safety, free safety. They've moved him around a lot, and he's only 25 years old. So he's a guy that you would have for years. So if they could figure out a way to sign him and not have a big cap number in the first year, I would do it. That would be my favorite. As far as Jacoby Brissett goes, I don't think he threatens Jalen Hurts as a starter, but I think he could win you a few games here and there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, a lot. All right, hard liquor. Listen, I drank a lot of it this week, and I
learned you stop drinking hard liquor early days. Hurts is going to hurt his feelings.
Hey, listen,
you don't. All right, so now we're gonna get into it, right? That's kind of what the free agency. That's kind of what is going on right now with the Eagles. Mm-hmm. Now I want to get into your opinion of the state of the Eagles. Let's start with the Carson Wentz trade. Your thoughts on it? Why or why not did you like it?
I really don't want to talk about this guy anymore, but I'll do it. I mean,
one more Carson.
Ever since the New Orleans Saints game in 2018, I think we lost. What was it, 45-7 or something like that? The only touchdown came from the running back Josh Adams. I just don't want to talk about this guy anymore. I think he's damaged goods. I feel like him going to Indianapolis, I'd rather get the first-round pick, so I'd rather him ball out or at least play 75% of the snaps. But all in all, I honestly don't care. I don't care anymore. Now, with that said, I also don't want Jalen Hurts as my starting franchise quarterback. All right. I'm not going to just like somebody and pretend to like somebody just because I'm happy that Carson Wentz is gone. No, I want what's best for this franchise going down the road for the next 10 to 15 years. I want this franchise to be put in the best position possible so it could be better than the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington football team, and the New York Giants for year after year after year. You know how Brady won in New England every single year, the AFC East? I want that for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't want to be that one-trick pony. The you show up once to the dance and that's it. You show up once to the big game, that's it. I want to be there consistently. All right. And Jalen Hurts is not the answer. And people ask me why Jalen Hurts is not the answer.
How can you possibly know that after 4 games?
All right. So he played in the college level. He played at a championship level for, what was it, 4 years consecutively at Oklahoma and Alabama. The first time he was in a national championship game. All right. Here's a story. First time he was in a national championship game. He played against a team called the Georgia Bulldogs. All right. At halftime, I believe that it was like 17-3 or something like that. He could not move the ball to save his life. I'm pretty sure they didn't get past half field. After halftime, they benched him for this guy named Tua, who is now on the Miami Dolphins. He's not playing that well either, but we never know. The jury's still out on him. Tua comes out as a freshman, a true freshman, completely balls out and takes Alabama to the national championship, and they ultimately win it. So I don't understand the Hurts love just because he played a decent game against the New Orleans Saints, a decent comeback against an Arizona Cardinal team that, let's face it, towards the end of the year, they kind of fell off, and completely sucked against a Washington football team to the point to where we put Nate Sudfeld in to suck even more. So, I mean, I don't see the love in Jalen Hurts. I really don't. What he does to me, well, for me, is the fact that he throws 2 10-yard passes and that one bomb to Deshaun Jackson.
A nice pass.
Well, it was a nice pass, but go back and look at it, all right? He put his whole body into that pass. Like, he swung all of his hips around. I want someone that could throw 55 to 60 yards on a dime. Just a flick of the wrist and just throw it right down the field, like Carson Wentz did. All right, but he was inaccurate as hell. I want someone that's very accurate, thrown on a dime. I don't want someone to rely on consistent 15 to 20-yard passes that will not win you games. You need to make the big plays. Now, is he durable? Yes, he has the body of a durable NFL quarterback, possibly a future running back, because that's what I label him as. But I just don't see him as a game changer for the Philadelphia Eagles for the next 10, 15 years. I'm sorry, I don't. And that's why I see the Philadelphia Eagles drafting a QB at 6.
You think okay, yeah. Yeah, we don't see eye to eye on this at all. Yep. I think it's way too early to even say that Jalen Hurts isn't the guy. Let me get to the super chat real quick. System of the Knot, my man. Thank you. Shout out to you, man. Sneaking away from work to catch a live stream. What's up, everyone? What is up, everybody? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. 278 people here. Please like, please subscribe, and click the link in the description. And you can sub up Nitrofreak. Yo.
We got some breaking news.
Hit it.
Jalen Mills heading to the Patriots on a 4-year, $24 million deal.
Wow. Jalen Mills to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Wow.
Adam Schefter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
That is crazy. $4 million. 4 years, you said?
There's your safety.
He'll probably be an all-star now.
4-year, $24 million. Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. I think you're way too harsh on Hurts because I think his arm is fine. I mean, look, you're a Nick Foles guy. You love Nick Foles. Nick Foles don't have the strongest arm in the world.
Well, listen. All right, so I'm going to talk. I don't really want to talk about Nick Foles either, but I mean,
but I'm just saying he doesn't have the greatest arm. But Hurts showed a lot of plays, man.
Wait.
Foles doesn't have the.
You don't think Foles has a good arm? Did you not see that pass to Nelson Aguilar versus the Texans?
I hate Nelson Aguilar. He stinks. Look, if Foles gets set up in the pocket and step into his throw, he's fine. But if he can't, his arm's not that great. He doesn't have the greatest arm in the world. So I don't understand how you can sit there and bash Jalen Hurts' arm. I think Hurts' arm is fine.
I don't know. All right, wait. All right, how about this, Philly? If he is the starter next year, wait until at least week 4 and see if he doesn't annoy you, and then we'll come back to this.
Week 4, I got to give him the whole season because my thoughts on a rookie quarterback, and it don't matter who it is year 1 is always the starting point. You have to see how they can develop. I mean, I think we got to give this guy a chance now. Now, you want them to pick a quarterback at 6?
I do. The reason why is because I feel like there's something special in Trey Lance. Now, granted, he only played 1 game this year. He had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. But the year before that, he had 28 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Mm-hmm. And to me, it doesn't matter what level you play on. That is impressive to me, especially when you're coming from the same exact school that Carson Wentz, your boy, played for. So, I mean, I would take a good look at Trey Lance. I would also, and I'm in the minority here, I would also take a good look at Justin Fields. Ohio State quarterbacks usually don't pan out. But there's something special about Justin Fields that I just recognize in big games, especially against Clemson, where Trevor Lawrence is coming from. He's going number 1 overall. He beat that team. And I just feel like he's a big game quarterback. You know how much I love my big game quarterbacks. I love them. People that could get it done in the clutch, I absolutely love. And I feel like I would take a look at Justin Fields. I'm hearing a lot of Kyle Pitts talk, and I'll let you talk about that one. But I would seriously consider taking a quarterback at 6. Yeah, totally.
Man, I got to tell you, a lot of people in the chat do not agree with you, man.
That's fine. Hey, listen. All right, people.
But that's why I wanted you on, because I wanted a different perspective.
All right, people in the chat. I'll talk to you for a second. A lot of Eagles fans in the chat are pretty much going with Jalen Hurts because they have no other option. A lot of them are Carson Wentz fanboys. I'm being completely honest with you. And that's not a dig to the Eagles fans. A lot of the Eagles fans that come to YouTube content creators are usually between the ages of 13 to 24. All right, let's just throw a number out there. Carson Wentz, he had that 1 year in 2017 where he was flashy, he was dominant, would have been the MVP if he didn't run into 2 linebackers and tear his ACL. But you guys can't just settle for a quarterback just because he's the only option on the team right now. You need to do your due diligence, all right? You have to understand, and thanks, Bad Dog. Listen, Bad Dog and I see eye to eye on this because he's
Bad Dog. What the hell, man?
He's an Oklahoma Sooner fan. He watches the whole year.
He works for NASA. Dude, he's a Giant fan. Of course he wants Jalen Hurts to stink. Of course.
No, he knows he stinks. He sees eye to eye with me on this one. He literally said on his stream that
we don't know that.
Me as an Eagles content creator is refreshing because I'm always someone that tells it how it is. Like always.
You tell it how you think it is. Yeah.
Right.
I agree with that.
And majority of the time it's like 80% of the time.
I think you do, and you should. I just don't think there's a big enough sample size to possibly judge this guy yet.
I honestly judge him from college to the NFL because, in my opinion, in college, if you're not good enough to do it, how are you going to be good enough to do it in the NFL? So, I mean, that's how I look at it.
Yeah. No, Bad Dog says, Philly, didn't you throw a fit when they drafted Hurts? Yeah, but it was the strategy of why. Mm-hmm. Because you already had a quarterback. There was no reason to draft him. And look what it created. We got rid of Carson Wentz this offseason because of that draft pick. So, yeah, I hated it. I hated it. Joseph Vega, thank you for the super chat. He says, Nitro Hurts. Hurts will be good if our O-line stays healthy. I haven't seen a quarterback work this hard to be a good Eagle. Eagles won't draft a quarterback. You're a hater. 500, tell him.
I'm not a hater. I'm really not a hater.
Thanks for super chat. Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
And I could bring on the same guys that have the same opinion each and every week. But you gotta hear every perspective. And me and Nitro, we're friends, but when it comes to the Eagles stuff, there's a lot of stuff we don't agree with.
All right,
I don't agree with them.
I'll mention something that you guys might not know about me, all right? I gamble on sports a lot. I love gambling on sports. Do you know how many games I've gambled on Jalen Hurts throughout his college career? I've gambled a ton of games on him. And when a gambler gambles on a specific team to win a game, you see these players with X-ray vision. You see how their mechanics work. You see how they throw on the run. You just see them as an overall package, all right? He ain't it. I'm telling you right now, he's not it. You guys will see it. I'm telling you right now, so you guys can prepare yourselves for it down the road, so you don't jump off a bridge. That's just all I'm saying.
I think it's way too early to say. I'm excited to see what Jalen Hurts can do in his second year. I'm hoping, and I'll ask you a second about the coaching staff, but I think they can develop it. Philly Chaotic Sports Entertainment says, "Yo, 500, I'm actually in agreement with him about taking a quarterback at 6." There you go. So there are people here that agree. I don't want a quarterback at 6. I just think we got to give this guy a year chance. I think a quarterback at 6 is going to do exactly what you did to Carson to Hurts, and it's just unfair. It's just unfair.
Yeah, but you're also comparing Carson Wentz to Hurts. It's like Carson Wentz was an MVP of the league. Hurts is this guy that should have went in the 4th or 5th round last year.
He's an MVP of the league. You hated him.
He was the reason why I hated him, and I'll be honest here, the reason why I hated Carson Wentz is because he didn't need to make that boneheaded play to get injured. He did not need to do that. He had 3 other receivers wide open in the end zone. Why did he have to run for it?
But you know what happens though. Once he doesn't run for it and go for it, then you get people going, well, why isn't he going all out? Why isn't he giving his all?
He was controlling the game completely that game.
I just think
that was probably the best game of his career.
It was a great game, yeah. John Gill, thank you for super chat. He says, I'm not 100% sold on Hurts, but I think he can be good. Only way to get a fair assessment is get talent around him. Can't judge last year's roster. I agree. Look, I'm not saying he's the franchise guy, give him the keys. I'm just saying I'm in wait and see. I want to see what he does this year. But I want to give him the opportunity because I've traded my franchise quarterback so I could give this guy opportunity. That's how I see it. Now, look, if Trevor Lawrence fell, all right. If Zach Wilson fell, I'd think about it, but that's not going to happen.
All right, so what's the follow-up from Zach Wilson to Justin Fields? Because Zach Wilson played for BYU.
I actually like Justin Fields a lot. I just think him and he reminds me of Hurts. I mean, if they took Fields, I think Fields is going to be there. But he just reminds me of if I'm going to draft Fields, why not just go with Hurts? That's how I look at it. I
don't understand why more people in the Eagles fan base don't despise Carson Wentz. I truly don't. Like, the guy to me is just like the biggest piece of shit of all time. Like, he truly is.
You hate him.
I don't hate many people. I despise Carson Wentz. I don't understand why people like him.
Well, I feel the same way. I feel the same way about Nelson Aguilar. They got these working out. He's working out with Jalen Hurts, right? And now people are talking about him coming back. Are you kidding me? Possible. This guy took 6 years of my life. He stinks.
He has great football.
He stinks. Vega, thank you for the super chat. Carson lost 20 pounds. He will be good. Yeah, have you seen pictures of Carson? He looks like he's in really good shape. We got over 400 people here.
Why didn't he do that here?
Yeah, we got over 400 people here. Please please subscribe. And if you haven't, click the link in the description, sub up Nitrofreak. You will always get an honest opinion. You may not like it, but you know what? In life, you're not going to agree with everybody on everything. It's good to be able to hear both sides and talk it out. Exactly. I don't agree with him on Jalen Hurts, as you can see. I don't agree with him on Carson Wentz. I don't agree with him. I don't know. We'll see what else. I don't agree with taking a quarterback at 6.
Do you agree with me on Nick Foles?
What is your Nick Foles was good?
That he was one of the best QBs in the Super Bowl for quarterback performance of all time.
I think he had one of the best quarterback performances of all time. I do agree with that. Look, I like Nick Foles. I have no issues with Nick Foles, except for that, I didn't want him breathing down Carson's back. And if I was the Eagles and I was in a position where I did what you're doing and talk about and drafting a quarterback at 6,
right,
then the only thing I'm going to do at that point is I'm going to trade Jalen Hurts. Mm-hmm. Why am I going to take a quarterback 6 and then go ahead and bring in your boy Foles, bring him back, let him start a year and have Fields or whoever.
I'll say this.
Learn.
I'll say this right now. I'm not bringing back Nick Foles. I'm actually not bringing him back.
Okay.
Yeah, not for a third time. Nope. I'm moving on.
I don't know, man. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely. I wouldn't draft a quarterback. But if they did, if they drafted a quarterback in the first round, that tells you Hurts isn't the guy. So why put him through all that? Just look. We need to take a player at 6, the best possible player, and in my opinion, to help Hurts, give him every opportunity to be the guy. I want the end of the year. I want you to be doing videos talking about how you were wrong about him. That's what I'm hoping to hear.
Perfect.
It'd be great. Now, if the Eagles aren't drafting a quarterback, actually, I want to say this one thing before I talk about the draft.
Right.
I did lose some respect for Carson Wentz.
Okay.
I thought the way he handled this whole thing this offseason, where he wasn't even wanting to fight for the job. That kind of bothered me, to be honest with you. It kind of made me feel like he wasn't the guy I thought he is. Yeah, and I'm curious to hear what he has to say when he says it. But it did bother me. Joseph Vega, thank you for super chat. He says Wentz is a crybaby. Yes. Howie Roseman reboot 2017. He will hit again. This Super Bowl bound Fitz Magic, the backup. Everything will work this year. We'll see. I don't know if I'm ready to say this team's going to Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that's another thing we got to. That's another thing we got to stop doing in the city of Philadelphia. All of the teams aren't winning every single year. It's very tough to win.
Very hard
to win.
Yeah. Joey's, thank you for the super chat. Fields has garbo mechanics and footwork. The fall off between him and Wilson is huge. This may not be popular, but Wilson is my number 1 quarterback. He is great. I like Wilson a lot. I like him, and I've heard people make that comparison that he may be the number 1.
Over Trevor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Eric D he's definitely amused by this, so that's good. That's good. I hope it's entertaining for you, buddy. It should be. Now, I have an issue with a video you made.
Right.
Okay. It was maybe a week or so ago.
3 days ago.
I couldn't believe my ears. You said that Kyle Pitts stay away from him.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion on Kyle Pitts at 6? Because to me, that's my guy. All
right. Pitts is a great player. Don't get me wrong. At Florida, he didn't have one drop this year. He was a phenomenal player, probably one of the better tight end prospects of all time. I'm being completely honest with you. Yeah. But in the situation that we're in, we already have Dallas Goedert, and God forbid if Zach Ertz stays and we don't get rid of him, you still have 2 tight ends right there. Now, I'm not the biggest Zach Ertz fan. Everyone knows that. But if you add Kyle Pitts to this team, what does that exactly do for your offense? We still don't have that much speed at the wideout position. Jalen Reagor, we still don't know what he is. I like him, but his rookie year, he really didn't do anything that much to impress me. But that guy has speed when he really turns it on. But other than that, you can't really take a tight end because he had 44 receptions last year when someone like Devonta Smith or Jamar Chase, they could give you 80-plus receptions per season. And Jamar Chase had 20 touchdowns on the LSU team.
He missed a lot of games last year, too, because of concussion and stuff. And he still had like 700. He still had.
No, I agree with you. But the thing about Jamar Chase is he had 20 touchdowns on LSU across from Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson, you're seeing how he's balling out. Now, Devonta Smith, everyone wants to be the smartest guy in the room and say, you got to take Jalen Waddle over Devonta Smith, all right? Devonta Smith is the first wide receiver to win the Heisman Trophy in probably 25 years, all right? You do not pass on someone like Devonta Smith for Jalen Waddle. You just don't do that. If you do that, that's a fireable offense. But going back to the whole Kyle Pitts thing, you just have bigger options. You have bigger needs than a tight end at 6. He could be the greatest tight end tight end of all time, it's still a bad pick in my opinion.
Joseph Brown, thank you for the super chat. He says, Nitro, what do you think of Lamar Jackson? Because he's not a great passer, but he's still won an MVP. Hurts is a better passer and can run.
Well, okay.
Thank you for the super chat, buddy.
That's a good one because Lamar Jackson has, in my opinion, 4.21 speed. So everyone's saying he has 4.3 speed. I think it's more like 4.21, 4.22. He's fast as fuck. He's a dynamic athlete, so his legs make up for it. Jalen Hurts isn't that fast. All right. That's what makes up for it when it comes to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson stinks at throwing. He has a terrible arm. I mean, he's highly inaccurate in my opinion. He did win the MVP because of his legs, but that's a dynamic athlete you're talking about. Jalen Hurts, he's an athlete. I feel like he's more of a fullback type of maybe second-tier running back in this league. As a quarterback, the only reason why he succeeded on this team last year is because teams were not ready for him. Once in the second half of that Dallas game, when he started to play abysmal, Dallas, out of all the defenses in the league, completely shut him down. You know, why is that possible? Because he's not very good. I'm telling you how it is. When you don't have when you do not have film on somebody, they're going to outperform the opposition almost 9 times out of 10.
We don't know. I mean, the guy was a rookie. I mean, Nitro, he was a rookie.
He was a rookie with no film on him.
And he had Doug Peterson. They couldn't put an offense together to save their lives.
I can't bash on Doug Peterson.
Come on, man. And let me get back to Pitts here. Why do you think Pitts is a tight end? The guy is not just a tight end. He's also a wide receiver.
What's his 40 speed? I didn't really catch on.
They say anywhere from 4.4 to 4.5.
He's a tight end.
That's not tight end speed. The guy averages 18 yards per catch.
If you're at the latter end, of 4.4, you're a tight end.
The Eagles, no. There's a lot of receivers that run 4.5s. If you have good route running ability, you're fine. If you look at this guy's tape, dude, the guy can play receiver. I'm telling you, this is one of those guys that come around every so often. He comes around every so often. You can't pass that up because the biggest need the Eagles have is talent. They need top-end talent across the board. All right? Ertz is gone. Goddard, he's in the last year of his contract. But I think this guy is so much more than that, So in my opinion, he's such a freak that you can't pass him up. Now, if they go with Jamar Chase, I have no issue with it. No issue with him. No issue with Devontae Smith.
So you'd pass on a Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver for Pitts?
In a second. Not even a thought. To me, Kyle Pitts. Now I want to see his pro day. I want to see everything. But from everything that I've seen of this guy, everything I've learned of him, he's such a unique player that you can't pass up on that talent. That's how I look at him. Steven, thank you for super chat. He says Nitro is talking out of his rectal region for shock value. No, Steven, thank you for super chat.
I'm seriously not.
This is why I wanted him to come on because I knew he was going to have a difference of opinion, and I thought it was important.
Like people thought I was nuts when I said Wentz was done 3 years ago. So I mean, and it turned out to be true.
Yeah, but they screwed the guy.
How?
Wentz is going to go to Indianapolis, throw 40 touchdowns. That's going to happen.
I hope he does. I want that first round pick.
I don't want it to happen. Jamal, thank you for a super chat. He says, I would go defense and trade back to 2 corners in the first round. I miss having that corner tandem like Lito and Sheldon Brown. Jamal, thank you for a super chat, man. I appreciate it. My issue with trading back is that I don't trust Howie Roseman to pick the 6th pick right, let alone the 13th pick, the 12th pick. That's scary to me. Joseph Vega, thank you again for super chat. We weren't as bad as we looked. If the O-line stay healthy and they get a few defensive players, we are going to make a run. Hurts is more hungry than any other quarterback. Thank you for super chat. So do you think the Eagles will be competitive? I think they can be because I think it's a weak division.
I mean, in this division, anything's possible. But right now, as it stands, we're a 3-win team.
You think we're a 3-win team?
Right now,
We have the easiest schedule in the league.
Man,
I think we could win the division.
I mean, last year we won 4 games and we just subtracted, not added.
Now, are you saying that based upon the fact that you think Hurts is not going to be good?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see here. See if I got another one. I think I have one more super chat. Okay. Philly 52, thank you for super chat, man. He says, I'll take Fields over Wilson, but either or. I believe they are both better than Hurts. There you go. Somebody agrees with you. Mm-hmm. I think it's a mistake to pass on these guys. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Philly 52, thank you for the super chat. There are people in the chat I see. A lot of people don't agree with you. A lot of people, there are some people that do.
Listen. All right, so in Philadelphia, obviously there's going to be more people that follow trends more than anything. But there are a few smart people in the crowd, like that guy. So good super chat, buddy.
Nitro like that one.
That was a good one.
Sylvester says you're insane. Show Enough says we'll win the division unless Dallas draft Pitts. I don't want Dallas touching Pitts, man. I don't want.
Where does Dallas pick?
I think they pick what I want to say 9th or 10th, something like that.
Okay,
somewhere in that range.
So if we did pass on him, I feel like they would take him. Yeah. They would take him. Yeah.
They will, and he would be wherever he goes, he's going to be.
But you have to keep this in mind. They just signed a quarterback that had a gruesome, and I mean gruesome, injury to a 4-year deal, and you never know how he's going to play. So
right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so no Pitts, no Hurts. Let's see. What do you think about Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff?
I don't know. I mean, to me, he's just a rookie coach. I don't know much about him. I really don't. I'm sorry. I know we're disagreeing a lot, but he hasn't shown me.
Oh, good. Yeah. No, I knew we would disagree. That's why I had you on. I mean, I think, like I said, I think it's important to hear everybody.
This is a problem. I don't know much about him. I can't say he sucks. I can't say he's great. I don't know much about him. I mean, he was only an offensive coordinator at Indianapolis. You have Frank.
What do you think about them letting Doug Peterson go? We'll start with that.
All right, so I think he ran his course here. I feel like they got rid of him a year too early, in my opinion. I would have given him one more year. But he ran his course here. He helped us win a Super Bowl. He'll always have that statue outside the link. And he helped us win it. Yeah, you know what? I love Doug Peterson. I truly do. A lot of people hate him for some stupid reason. I don't really understand it. But Doug Peterson will always hold a special place in my heart as an Eagles fan. So
right. Well, yeah. I mean, he won a Super Bowl. Yeah. Marvin says, I say we draft Chase and bring in a quarterback to back up Hurts. I was saying this before it became a trend by myself. Hey, look, Jamar Chase, if they took Jamar Chase, if they end up with either Pitts, Chase, or Smith, you're not going to hear me complain. I'm not going to lose my mind, anything like that. I think Jamar Chase is really, really good. Now, who do you like better, Chase or Smith?
Would you lose your mind more if they drafted a quarterback?
Yeah. I'll lose it. I mean, unless something happens like a Trevor Lawrence, you know what I mean?
That's not happening.
No, well, right. Then I would understand it. But yeah, I would lose my mind because I would say you just did the same thing to Hurts that you did to Carson. You just screwed up another quarterback's career. That's how I would feel.
Right.
You know, I mean, but if you don't like him already, then yeah, you take a quarterback. I agree. But I don't know. Just call me Flair. Thank you for the super chat. He says Nitro has to be trolling. Whatever he is smoking, I need some of that. I think Ben Simmons sucks and Nick Foles is a god. He thinks Ben Simmons sucks and Nick Foles is a god. So Ben Simmons sucks, huh?
Well, Nick Foles practically outdueled the best quarterback of all time in the championship game. There's no higher peak than that. Ben Simmons still won't shoot the basketball. So, I mean, yeah, do I think he sucks? No, he's been more aggressive this year. I don't know why we're talking Sixers, but he's been more aggressive this year. But with that said, you're not going to win a championship. I would have traded Ben Simmons away for James Harden in 2 seconds. But the Sixers don't see the way I do, so it is what it is. They don't want to win championships. They want Brooklyn Nets to fucking shit all over us, and then we lose that again. So whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
Ben. I think you got to keep
people think our teams are like godly when they're not. I heard somebody say that the Phillies are going to win the NL East without a bullpen. Like that just it takes the top. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Well, they definitely need pitching, no question about it. And for those that are new that have come in here, we talked earlier. The Eagles signed Brandon Graham to an extension. Jalen Mills goes to the Pats. I have no issue with it. Goodbye, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. And then the Eagles are rumored to be interested in safety John Johnson. That's really the guy I hope that they sign. Even more than Malik Hooker and some of the other guys. I'd like to sign him because he's only 25 years old. A lot of people want Malik Hooker, but he's coming off an injury. Either I think it was Achilles or ACL. I can't remember which. I don't want a guy coming back from that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, and we may agree with this part. Let's talk Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. What are your thoughts on Howie as a GM?
Okay, so Howie Roseman as a GM, I think is one of the worst GMs in professional sports history. As a cap guy, I think he's decent, but you don't put someone as a GM role to fix the cap. That's called an accountant, all right? That's what he should be, the team accountant. There's a reason why he got put in the closet while Chip Kelly, who's no longer here, did a better job as him. Did a better job than he did as GM the 1 year that he did it. All right, look at the draft. He did a great job, honestly. You got Jordan Hicks, who's one of the better linebackers in the league.
That was Chip.
Yeah, right? That was Chip. Yep. And he got him. So why can't Howie Roseman just draft one guy out of 8 picks every single year? Like, it's like it's so ridiculous. And then people want to say that Joe Douglas had nothing to do with it. Joe Douglas was the reason why we won the Super Bowl. I mean, Joe Douglas comes here in the first couple years and transitions us into a great team. So, I mean,
you think Joe Douglas had some power then? Actually,
yeah, absolutely, because he was with the Baltimore Ravens when they won the Super Bowl in 2013. And then when he came here, I was excited because this guy knows what he's doing. And boom, won the Super Bowl.
Right. Fresh Prince says draft Kyle Pitts, then move up and grab Kadarius Toney. I need to see more Kadarius Toney, but I'm all about Pitts, and I'll go to my grave talking about drafting Pitts. I don't like Howie Roseman as a GM. I think he's good with trades. I think even some of the cap stuff, he's very overrated because we're in this predicament for 2 reasons. One, his contracts that he signed keep bringing back older guys, and 2, he can't draft. When you can't draft, you create holes on your team, which you have to go fill in free agency. I don't mind if Howie Roseman stays in the organization. I just want a football guy making football decisions. You know, that's what I want. And I look at this team, and the biggest void on this team is we don't have top-end young talent. That's why I want the Eagles to take somebody at 6, like Pitts, Chase, Smith, one of those 3, unless Penny Sewell drops. And then trade back up from the second round and up to the first round and get another talented player, maybe a defensive player. Come out of here with 2 starters, you know?
I got you.
What do you think? I heard you rant briefly on Jeffrey Lurie. Give me your thoughts on Jeffrey Lurie.
Terrible. I mean, as an owner, I feel like he looks – I don't even know what to say, man. Like, the thing about Jeffrey Lurie is that the whole time he's been here in the city of Philadelphia, we have been entertaining. I will give him that. You know, we've had a lot of entertaining years from 2000 – let's just say 2001 up until, 2010, and then we took a brief hiatus with this 2011 and 2012 with the 8-8 and 4-12 teams. And then we went back with Chip. And Nick Foles had that 27-2 season. He's had a decent amount of years as an owner when it comes to entertainment, but winning, it's weird because we were so good in 2018, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we just fall flat. We just decline. We go from Super Bowl to the second round of the playoffs to the first round of the playoffs. Carson Wentz getting hit in the head, leaving the game with a boo-boo, and then 2020 completely just falling apart. And then all of a sudden, we get rid of Carson Wentz. We take the cap hit, which I actually liked. And then he did something stupid I'm completely forgetting in the offseason that actually made me really dislike him. But
is it all the rumors that came out about him telling them what to do, basically?
Basically like saying that he has the final say on the field? Yeah,
exactly.
I just feel like they should stop making their head coaches puppets. I feel like he should let the people that are put in the positions to do their job. I feel like he's the owner. Just watch the fucking game, stay in your luxury suite, eat your cupcakes, whatever the hell you do, and just watch the games. You know, stay away from everything.
Right. I hear you. I hear you.
No, the one thing I hate it is that saying that Howie Roseman could not draft a quarterback at 6. That's the one thing.
That's gonna piss you off. I was like, thank God.
The one thing I despise him for, because I was like, this guy doesn't know football at all. Because if you're not looking at college film on Jalen Hurts, why can't you let Howie Roseman draft a quarterback that he thinks could be better and let him fix his mistakes? Like, to me, that's dumb. Like, you can't draft a quarterback. That's stupid. And you wouldn't do it for Carson Wentz. Like, you literally drafted a quarterback to be behind Carson Wentz because you didn't think he had it. But you think Jalen Hurts is somehow better than Carson Wentz?
Right.
Give me a break.
Right. No, I actually, I'm not happy about some of the things coming out about, him always telling them what to do when he's not a football guy. Jordan Augusta, thank you for the super chat. He says, I'm a Colts fan. Malik Hooker only played 36 out of 86 games. You don't need more injury-prone players on the Eagles. Laugh out loud. I totally agree with you. Yep. I like Malik Hooker coming out of college, but he's just too many injuries. I don't need us to get a guy free agency that's coming back from what either was an ACL or Achilles. And as a Colts fan, you should be excited because Carson looks 20 pounds lighter, and I think he's going to light the league up on fire. And it's going to be. I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to have to witness this.
Oh, we know you will.
Oh, it's going to be. It's going to. That's torture.
Second team now.
I don't have a second team. I want him destroyed. My thing is, I've seen this before. I've seen it with Randall Cunningham. I've seen it with Reggie White. I've seen the Eagles do this. They did it back in before I was even around with Sonny Jurgensen. They always get rid of quarterbacks too early, man. So at this point, I guess if you guys have any questions for Nitro, put it on here. You have anything you want to say, then put it out here right now. We have over 500 people here. Please please subscribe. Click the link in the description and make sure you sub them up. You may not always agree with his takes, but you will always be entertained by him.
I'm not looking at the comments, but it's probably a lot of death to you comments, right?
Not a lot of death, a lot of delusional.
Yeah, I had to shy away from the comments because I knew I was going to get somewhat of hate because of what I believe in. But it is what it is. If you don't agree,
here's one. Nitro, who's your drug dealer?
I don't believe it or not. I don't do drugs. I just look. I don't believe in drugs.
That's the great thing about this. You don't have to agree with somebody to be friends, to like them, to get along. And too many times, and I talk to a lot of the younger people who come to my channel, I hope that they're learning that, like, just because you don't agree with somebody says something in the chat, you don't have to block them. You don't have to hate them. You hear them, you can say, I don't agree, and that's it. At least Nitro, I give you this credit. We don't agree, but you tell it like you think it. You believe what you're saying. I know you do. You say the same things to me off of YouTube that you do on YouTube. We text. You tell me the same thing. We have the same disagreements. So you're 100% real. I don't agree with the take, but you're real.
People don't like to hear the truth. They just don't. And that's the truth. So whatever.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's see. I'm just playing. I love Nitrofreak's rage videos. I'm just call me Flair. See,
I used to have a lot more of them. I haven't done them a lot recently because, when I was younger, I was kind of angry when I came to sports. I kind of grew up a little bit. But when it comes to the rage videos, this franchise has done a lot of things that really made me pissed me off. Like during the Super Bowl win, that video where I was crying where it said we won. That was when the strip sack, when BG strip sack Tom Brady, and I knew it was done. I just knew it was over because I have a feel when a game's over. I just knew it was done in that point in time.
Right.
So I haven't done a rage video in a while though.
Yeah, I'm sure. You, if we don't take a quarterback to 6, maybe you'll have one. Maybe. No.
I'll make you a promise though. I'll make you a promise. All right.
Okay.
I will be very mad if they take Kyle Pitts at 6. I will be extremely mad because it's unnecessary. He's a tight end. When was the last time a tight end was taken at number 6?
Well, if you do that, you could call into my show. I'll be streaming live, so I'll be celebrating. I would love to hear what you have to say. Right. Ronan says, I don't agree with Nitro at all, but I think he's awesome.
Thanks, Ronan.
Definitely. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are saying they agree with you, actually. Cruising 26, my man. What's up? Will Giants own the Eagles in this upcoming season? Nitro seasons.
Okay, all right. So this is how I see it. Now, thanks for the super chat for Philly. 500 helps.
Thank you, buddy.
I mean, you can never put the Giants and own in a sentence with the Eagles. You just can't. I mean, even if we're the absolute worst team in the league, we'll at least split with you guys. You cannot split. You cannot sweep us at all. We just own you. You guys stink against us. You can win the Super Bowl before you fucking sweep us. It's just how it is, you know?
Right. Yeah, even if we're bad, we're still going to beat the Giants.
Oh,
we own them. We own them. No question about it. Now, one question I wanted to ask you earlier that I didn't is, I know you don't like Pitts, but what are your thoughts between Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase?
Jamar Chase.
Who would you take?
Jamar Chase is my first wide receiver off the board. I just feel like he's physically gifted, especially when you had Justin Jefferson across from him, and he still put up 20 touchdowns. Now, granted, he had Joe Burrow as his quarterback, but when you put up 20 touchdowns on the same exact offense as Moss's kid and Justin Jefferson, that's impressive to me. You know, Justin Jefferson, you saw what he did on the Vikings this year. How could Jamar Chase not duplicate that or be better than that? You know, and in my opinion, you got to go with Jamar Chase. He's just physically gifted. He looks like he's ready to be in the league. Like his build is one of the more elite builds of a wide receiver coming out of college. And going to Devonta Smith, I wouldn't pass on him either because he did win a Heisman as a wide receiver, the first in years. His build is a little bit he's very thin. He's like a twig. But who says that he can't put on weight? A lot of people want to say, well, it diminishes your speed when you put on weight. And I understand that, but I just feel like you cannot pass on a Heisman Trophy winner. You just can't do it. So either one of them would be okay with.
I go back and forth between the two. It seems like one day I like Smith a little better. One day I like Chase a little better. I'm not worried about Devontae Smith's size. He's 6'1". He can put on 15 to 20 pounds and not lose speed.
He has no calf muscle though.
You know,
well, if you look at his like statue, if you look at his build, he doesn't have the build for an NFL wide receiver. Like they get cracked in an instant. But I feel like he could put on weight in the gym.
Yeah, I truly could. I think once he gets to a professional team with the professional training staff, strength conditioning coaches, if he does it right, and not like Carson Wentz did in one all season, eating donuts, but if he does it right, I think he'll be fine. You know, but let's say this. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say Devontae Smith and Chase are both off the board, and you can't draft a quarterback. Who would you want?
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to get Pitts somewhere. Where's Pitts fall?
It's not falling for me.
There's no shot.
I
can't believe my ears. Huh?
I pick Waddle before Pitts.
Wow, man. You take Waddle before Pitts.
Or that guy, well, not Bateman. I like Bateman out of Minnesota too, but I don't think I'd take him that early.
Every Dallas Cowboys fan is hearing what you want to say. They want to hear that because they are praying Pitts falls them. I can't tell you how many Cowboy fans tell me that they're going to get Pitts. I don't want them. I don't want Pitts in the NFC East. I don't want him on the Giants. Okay. I don't want him on the Cowboys.
I guess my real answer is if none of my options are there, I'll trade back with somebody and maybe trade the 10 right before the New York Giants and then pick my guy there.
Yeah.
Like Slater out of Northwestern, the offensive lineman.
John Jones says, you all need to watch TJ Vasher. I've written his name down for one of my reactions. 6'6", 235 pounds. That's great. I mean, that's what I see. Pitts is 6'6", 240. Get him down to about 230, and he's playing wide receiver for me. That's what I want.
Yeah, but if you're drafting someone at 6, why would you want to change anything about their game? Like that's one thing you have to understand. Like
because I think if speed is an issue where he's maybe on that like high end wide receiver, real fast tight end, you know, you need him to get a little faster, have him drop a little bit of weight. I think he's fine. Yeah, but I think Pitts doesn't need to do anything. He's probably going to run really good 40 from everything I hear about him.
All right. When is the combine?
They're not having the combine this year, I don't think, or they're doing virtually. His pro day is March 31st. Okay. That is like I'm probably going to be live watching that because that's my guy. Chaos says facts. Pitts with the 6th pick makes our offense elite. I think I think that Pitts is so unique of a talent that the way if they use him right, I don't think there's going to be anything like that in the league. That's how I think of him. So I just can't pass up on a guy that good. I can't. Well, let me ask you real quick. What are your thoughts on Miles Sanders and the running back situation? Miles?
I'm not a huge Miles guy at all. I feel like you have to get someone to compliment him. Why are you laughing? Dude,
I love Miles Sanders. I'm trying to give you a layup thinking, we'll agree on this one. And then you're like, I don't like, oh my God.
See, the thing about Miles Sanders is he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's good. But number one, I'm not a PSU guy. I hate Penn State. And number two, I feel like you need to get him a compliment. Like if you could get someone like Najee Harris in the second round to compliment him, I would be fine with it. I really would. But I don't feel like Miles Sanders could handle a load by himself. Like I don't.
I think they didn't use him enough. I mean, the guy was averaging over 5 yards a carry, and then in the fourth quarter, they pull him out. Now, I agree. You need to get a good compliment back and maybe a bigger physical back. If Najee Harris fell to the second round, I'd trade up for him. I love Najee Harris.
Do you remember when the Giants had Earth, Wind, and Fire? They had Ware, Jacobs, and Ahmad Bradshaw. All right? Now, I'd be fine with doing something like that because that was awesome.
Right. Jerry says, Jerry, thank you for the super chat. He says, we need to sign Adrian Peterson. We need big running backs. Would you want Peterson?
He's so old. That's my problem. I feel like he could crack at any point. Right. If it's cheap, though, like I guess I wouldn't mind it. If it's cheap.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon, thank you for super chat. This is an interesting question because I forgot to bring this point out. He says, no shot at the opt-out. He did opt out. But other than 2019, does Chase have any other productive years under his belt? If not, how do you feel about the small resume? I don't know what I think he was pretty good.
He was decent. I mean,
thank you for super chat, Kevin.
It's very rare for me to say this, but I would take that 1 year and just say pick him. I would take that 1 year. I just feel like that 1 year shows me that he could do it at a professional level. And 20 touchdowns, you just can't glance. You can't glance over that. Like 20 touchdowns with Justin Jefferson on the field at the same time, you can't glance over that. The guy was a stud. Right. If you look at his highlight reel, the guy has all the physical attributes to be at the NFL level.
I think he's a stud. Sometimes when I watch Jamar Chase, I think, oh my God, it looks so easy for him. Like, is it so easy and he's not going to be really hard worker, or is it just that he's just that talented? It really, he is very, very talented. And by all accounts, he was better than Justin Jefferson, ranked higher.
He was
when Jefferson was coming out. So Seth Shiftley, thank you. And welcome to Throne Room of Dingbats, buddy. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I'm getting ready to upload some stuff for that. So you're just in time. Thank you so much for joining. And I went ahead to give you that moderator. So appreciate that, man. Let's see here. See if I missed anything. Oh, here we go. Scott, thank you for the super chat, man. After watching Kindergarten Cop and Rocky 4, I think we should take Pitts. I want to know how Kindergarten Cop and Rocky 4, how this works.
It's interesting to say.
I think it's interesting. Kindergarten Cop, that was actually a funny show.
Back
in the day. Yeah, funny movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Jamar Chase is going to be good. I think Devontae Smith is going to be good. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be magical. And I think Penny Sewell is an absolute stud. And if I can just come away with one of those four guys, I'm totally good with it. Now, you like Trey Lance. You said you like Trey Lance, right? You like him or Fields better? Like, if you had to choose a quarterback, who would it be?
Fields.
What do you like? You like him just because he went to Ohio State and
No. He played against the best. Like, he did have this one bad game this year against.
Didn't he come off an injury too, though? Right, big injury.
Right. Well, I feel like he play like 5 years like he was a redshirt senior. I'm trying to think. But he transferred. I know he transferred for I think LSU, and then he transferred to OSU because he wanted more playing time. And Joe Burrow was obviously the starter. I'm trying to think. There was this one game that I actually went to a trip in Cleveland. They were playing Indiana, and Justin Fields had a terrible game, but Indiana had a great defense this year. I'm just trying to think of a situation where Justin Fields had some adversity and he handled it well. And I'm thinking about that Clemson game where Clemson won a natty with Trevor Lawrence in his first year. Trevor Lawrence only lost one game up until that point where he actually played, and he beat that team. I just feel like Justin Fields is the one diamond in the rough Ohio State quarterback that could play at this level. Dwayne Haskins obviously was terrible, but Justin Fields, I just feel like he came clutch in big moments, and I like quarterbacks that can do that.
And you like Trey Lance too, right? So you would have no problem with
Yeah. I mean, anytime you throw 28 touchdowns and 0 interceptions against any competition, I just feel like that's something you have to look at. Plus, I looked at some of his highlight reel. I just feel like he has the build for the NFL. I like his arm, and obviously he has some speed. So I do like him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be good if he goes to the right situation. I think he's going to be real good. Zeke fan wants me to ask you your thoughts on Najee Harris.
Love him. I feel like Najee Harris, like you could have given any one of those guys on Alabama the Heisman Trophy. Devonta Smith, Najee Harris, or even Mac Jones. I just feel like Najee Harris was an absolute beast, and I feel like he's going to follow in Derrick Henry's footsteps of Alabama running backs that succeed well at the NFL level. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, I love him too. I love him so much that I would consider trading up for him. I know we have Miles Sanders, but I would use both of those guys as long as I can because I think it would be such a great great team up is what I'm trying to say. So I agree. So we're gonna do about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna let Nitro go. I'll be back later I have a video coming tonight, and then I should be live streaming all week with free agency going on. So if you guys haven't, please subscribe, click the link in the description, sub up my man. You won't regret it. I promise you. So if anybody has any questions, they want to know any Nitro opinions, throw it out here right now. I saw somebody said Jalen Hurts will retire an Eagle. I'm assuming you don't buy that. Huh?
Why? Are you just saying that to say, or do you truly believe it?
Yeah, somebody wants to know if you think they must have come late. Jalen Hurts is our guy. Oasis wants to know, is Jalen Hurts our guy? I think Nitro's going to say no.
No.
You do not like Jalen Hurts. You're not.
Nope. Not a fan.
All right. Here you go. Your opinion on Nate Gary. That's just to piss me off. Because I hate the guy.
I love him. I think he's one of the better linebackers in the league.
Oh my god, dude, that was one of the worst guys I've ever seen.
Would you be okay? He let like Higbee have 3 touchdowns, right?
Oh my god, he ran the wrong way. There were plays where he literally was running the wrong way. I just can't stand him.
Hey, we agree on something.
Yeah, we agree on that. What would you think if they brought Nelson Aguilar back?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, personally, I feel like, it takes a player with a tough mind to play here. But honestly, I feel like in a down year like this, he would have less pressure, especially because he had a great year last year and he kind of got his confidence up. I still love his footwork. Him dropping the passes is big. I understand that. But, anyone with that kind of footwork, like Jerry Jeudy footwork, like he's someone I'd consider. Yeah, I think I would.
Oh man, I would stay away from that guy as fast as I possibly can. Tim says, "Can we get a 4th for Ertz?" That is a great question because I read an article saying that the Eagles want a 3rd or 4th, and nobody's offering it.
We'll get at the end of the day, we'll get like a 6th.
6. Ugh.
Yeah.
Bobby Murphy says Jalen Hurts going to make you look foolish. And we're all going to look forward to that video when you have to eat your words about Jalen Hurts.
That's fine. Hey, listen, you know Darius, right? Him and I agree on almost everything. We do not agree on Jalen Hurts at all.
Yeah. Oh, he likes Hurts?
He loves Hurts.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, you guys usually do. Remember when, like, a few years ago, we had the Foles versus Wentz debate on your channel?
Yeah.
That was fun. I was 2 against 1. Jerry, thank you for the super chat. He says, I don't want no hands Nelson. No, Nelson stinks. He stinks, and I don't want anything to do with him. No.
No,
Bobby would trade you for a box of Dunkin' Donuts.
Thanks, Bobby. No, thing about what is this? Would you make Jalen Reagor the number 1 this year? I'm curious to hear your opinion.
I like Reagor. It wasn't my number one. There was about 5 or 6 guys I had ahead of him. I do think people are giving up on him way too quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he only had rookie year. It's just, it was a rookie year. I don't know that he's a number 1 though. Okay. That I don't know. That I kind of almost see him as a number 2, but I need to see more of him.
I really liked the pick last year, and it didn't come to fruition. He was out 6 games, but then this next year is going to be really telling. But it all depends on the quarterback. So,
yeah, and Taman 421. Yes, it's a PlayStation 5 headset. It is.
I have a PlayStation 5 right here.
Do you? Have you used it at all?
Yeah, I play Cyberpunk.
I haven't played that yet.
Great
I want to play that. Yeah, it looks great. Philly 500 said Jefferson was ass. Yes, in the heat of the moment, I was very pissed off. We did not trade for Sealand.
All right, to be fair, I didn't say he was ass, but I didn't feel like he would have been good on this team. So I have to agree with Philly 500 in that one. That was kind of one of those players that you didn't see, but it happened anyway. But he's more of a slot guy, and he's transitioned well into the NFL. So I got to eat my words on that as well. But saying he was ass.
Well, I said that before the pick happened. It was right after the Cowboys traded up for CeeDee Lamb. I was real mad because I was like, we got to trade up right now and get CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. Dallas didn't trade up for him, but they drafted him because I knew he was going to end up in Dallas. And so I flipped out and I said in the heat of moment, I don't want Jefferson, he's ass. And I don't remember saying it, but I did say it. Well, and people will not let me forget it.
CeeDee Lamb was my number ranked wide receiver in that draft class. It was him and then Jerry Jeudy and then Justin Reagor. I loved Reagor. But Jerry Jeudy, his footwork is ridiculous. If you give him a quarterback, he's going to be exceptional. But Jalen Reagor, there's the jury's still out on him, unfortunately.
Yeah. 500. What would your reaction be if the Colts and the Eagles in the Super Bowl this season? That would be tough for me because if we lose that game, I don't feel like I could ever recover from it. If we lost the Super Bowl to Carson Wentz, I would never recover because I would be so mad that we let him go.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon, thank you for this super chat. He says, do we have to go wide receiver at 6? I want to bolster our O-line with a guy like Sewell and run Miles. Ramondre, People's back, Elijah Moore in the second round. I have no problem if Penny Sewell drops to 6 and the Eagles want to take him.
You almost have to pick him.
You got to. I mean, he is that guy. He's a plug and play guy, right? Yeah. I just don't think he's going to be there. The other offensive line, I know a lot of people like Slater and stuff. There's no other offensive line I'm taking at 6. So I'll take Sewell, and that's it. Thank you for super chat, by the way.
Slater's going to be good, though, man. He's going to be really good. And if the Giants get him,
it might be. It might be. But I look at it like purely from the best player on the board. Will he be the best player on the board? Is he a better lineman than Chase, Jamar Chase, a wide receiver?
If Chase and Sewell are there,
no. Let's say Slater's there, Jamar Chase is there. Who would you take?
Chase.
Right, and that's my point. The Eagles don't have the luxury to pick, in my opinion, by position at 6. You have to get the most talented player in the board. That's how I feel, Yeah. Jerry, thank you so much for super chat. He says, if we lose to the Colts in the Super Bowl, I will be laughing so hard. I won't recover from it. I won't. It will haunt me for years. It'll be worse than Randall Cunningham winning the MVP in Minnesota.
Philly was Carson Wentz's biggest fan.
I was the captain of the fan club. Not gonna lie, I love him.
He let you down.
What's that?
He let you down.
I don't even think we should have gotten rid of him.
That one interception he threw to the guy against Seattle in the end zone was like, that was beautiful.
I really believed in him. I did, and
I was sitting here on live stream doing that game. Once he did that, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, he just threw it straight to the guy. I was like, that was like one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen.
I just think he was too fat, man. I think he was too big.
Yeah,
That's what I really
he did have a kid. It was a pandemic, but I don't know.
He couldn't move. They didn't roll him out. I think that was a big problem. Eagles Lifer, thank you for super chat. Go Birds, great stream, guys. Two of my favorites. Eagle Lifer, man, thank you, buddy.
Thanks,
Appreciate you. Thank you. And let me take this second here. We're gonna wind this down. I got to go get my daughter from school in about 10 minutes. But Nitro, I want to thank you for coming on. I know this wasn't easy because me and you disagree, and people are going to disagree with you. But I respect you for standing up, speaking your mind, speaking what you believe and what you think, regardless of what people say. So, thank you so much for coming on. If you guys haven't, click the link in the description and make sure you sub them up. No question about it. But I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. It was kind of tough to do coming back from AC, but you know what? We had to do this show, and I hope you guys.
Did you win?
I did. Yeah, I won a decent amount actually. But I hope your followers were entertained at least, and hopefully a lot of the things I'm saying are wrong. I hope they are wrong, but at the end of the day, it's just what I truly believe in.
I hope they were entertained. I hope people understand it. You got to have all opinions. Got to be able to talk when you disagree with somebody. Sometimes that makes for the best shows when people actually have something they disagree with.
Right.
Richard, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, "What's both of your favorite parts of the Eagles Super Bowl?" Mine was Brandon Graham. My favorite was the probably Philly.
My favorite was actually one that people aren't really talking about. Mine was Foles' pass to Jeffrey to open the game. I feel like with that catch right there by Alshon Jeffrey, that just really set the tone and told the Patriots we're here to stay, and we weren't going to get bullied. So I thought that was a miraculous catch. It set the tone, and then the rest was history.
Yeah, that's a good one. Joe Thuney to the Chiefs. Interesting. There's going to be a lot of news and rumors and stuff today. I'm sure I'll be back later, and for you guys, I'll be streaming all week because of free agency and stuff. So look for that. Thank you everybody for joining. All the likes, the subscribers, the super chats, the mods. You guys were great. Nitro, thank you for coming on. With that said, we're going to end this, and we'll be back for another one this week at some point. But with that said, take care. I will talk to you later, and of course, don't be a dingbat.